So today you find me on a new test ride, and this time it's the BMW F750GS, the smaller sister to the F850GS that I rode a couple of weeks ago. And so first impressions are that it's a smaller bike, or feels like it is physically a smaller bike than the F850. It feels smaller, feels lighter. But sitting position is very, very comfortable. This is more of a road type bike than the adventure type bike that the F850 is. So it doesn't feel as upright. Well, it feels upright, but not as complete upright as the adventure bike or the F850 does feel. So this is very, very comfortable. My knees are bent in a slight acute angle, a bit more than on the F850. But still very, very comfortable, not as sporty as my F800 GT, but yes, very, very comfortable. The seat is a bit hard, but comfortable, or at least that's my butt's first impression. And another thing is that the driver's seat is very long, so you can shift from a more frontward position to a more rear position in the seat, so you can move backwards and forwards and change your riding position. If you're going to do long hours, that's quite a good idea. Of course, if you have a passenger on the back, it's probably not that easy, but if you're on your own, it is very, very easy. So various options for sitting, which make this bike very, very interesting from that perspective. So the engine on this bike is the exact same engine as the one on the F850. It's the new 853 parallel twin engine by BMW, but this one is mapped in a different way. So the F850 is a more adventure bike, off-road type bike. But this one is a more road-oriented type. So the engine is mapped in a very different way, or slightly different way. So this bike has 77 brake horsepower of maximum power, and it has, I think, at 7,500 RPM, and it has maximum torque of, I think, 86 Newton meters at 6,000 RPM. As usual, I'll put the numbers up on the screen for you. So it feels different to the F850. However, power is from just these few minutes that I've been riding it. It feels that although it doesn't have as much peak power as the 850, it has the power where it needs for the real world riding on the street or on the road. So power delivery is slightly different. You can feel that it doesn't kick in as quickly as on the F850, but it's not that bad if you think that the F850 has 95 brake horsepower and this only has 77. So it's a very nice, smooth and round engine, this one. It feels more like my GT than the 850GS. So I was going for the rear brake here, and it didn't stop the bike, so I had to just grab the front brake to stop it. So rear brake, first test, is not that good. This particular bike is the F750GS Sport. That means that I'm going to go this way. That means that it comes with the what BMW call the premium package, and the premium package includes all sorts of electronic gadgetry, things like BMW's dynamic suspension, dynamic electronic suspension, which equips all of the 1200 boxer engine models that have the dynamic suspension. So this is kind of an upgrade to the F series, if you want, in terms of suspension. So it's got that. You can adjust your load, so you can tell the suspension whether it's just one up and luggage, two up luggage, and all that jazz. Unlike the new 1250 bikes that have an even more recent incarnation of that dynamic suspension. I don't know exactly how it's called on them, but you just set up the height you want for the bike, and the bike just takes care of everything for you, and adjusts the suspension automatically. You don't have to worry about whether you have a pillion or luggage. It will just adjust for that particular height. On this one, you have to do that, like with the 1200GS, for instance, with the dynamic suspension. So that's very clever. What else does it have? It's got cruise control. It's got ABS as usual. It's got riding modes, and not just the normal standard rain and road riding modes that come with the standard bike. So now the F750GS comes equipped with 4 riding modes, and they are dynamic, which is the one I'm on at the moment, and then there's enduro, there's rain, and there's road. To switch between them, you just have to toggle this mode button, and you can see the different riding modes appear on the screen. I don't know if you can see on the TFT screen, but right now I'm going to switch this to road, and once I hit road, I just let go of the throttle, and there you go, it switches to road. So select the riding mode you want with the button, and just let go of the throttle, and it's in. Let's go on to some faster roads and see how she does on the motorway. Wind protection seems fine. I'm not sure whether the windscreen is adjustable. I don't think so, but it is doing a good job at deflecting the wind from my helmet. So yeah, wind protection is not that bad, and the airflow is very clean on my chest. So there's no turbulence, nothing. The engine is very smooth at this motorway speed. I'm doing 60 miles an hour, which is the current speed limit. But it's very, very smooth. No problems at all doing motorway speeds, and it's comfortable enough to do long hours on this. Filtering is very easy on this. There we go. Not a huge surge of power when you accelerate from a standstill, but it's okay. I've noticed that, I don't know if it's a fueling issue or not, but I've noticed that it's pulling away in first. If you want to give it some beans right from the start, the clutch is not very it's not smooth. So maybe it's just the way the engine's mapped, or I don't know. I'm on road mode, so let's switch to dynamic, shall we? So press the road mode button until we get dynamic. Off the throttle, and there we go. Very easy. So dynamic is supposed to kind of beef things up a bit in terms of power delivery and throttle sensitiveness. So we'll see. I do like the way the bike looks. It's got this light, it's called a light white colour, combined with these black matte plastic bits on the side. Fairing looks very nice. Tank capacity, I don't know, I think it's 15 litres, I'm not sure. Again, numbers up. Oops. And, well, the BMW buttonage is what you would expect. They look slightly different on these bikes these days, on the new F series, and on the new 1250GS as well. They've switched from the grey buttons to the black buttons. And this particular bike comes with this option here, the SOS button, which I'm not going to press. But what this means is that if you have an accident, or if something happens and you need assistance, you can just flick this cap here and press the SOS button, and this will make a call to BMW's rescue center. And so this is a one-off subscription. You pay it when you buy the subscription, and then you don't have to pay any more. There's no annual fees or anything, so you're not stuck with that. Could be very handy. I would rather have this instead of the Gear Shift Assist Pro, for instance. So well, this has been the short video, first impressions and review video of the F750GS. As usual, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget the normal social nonsense like liking the video, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It's all very, very, very much appreciated, and yeah, it helps build my channel, build my audience, and ultimately I do this for you guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on my next one. Until then, ta-ra!